So this audio is gonna sit independent, and then
Okay.
that video is gonna sit independent, and then afterwards I'll come and sync the two.
It's all being synced. That was happening.
No, so that the camera is filming all the video.
Right.
This is filming, or this is recording all the
Okay.
sound. And then so when I go on the camera or the computer later,
Oh, it's
I'll
all being
take.
stored internally.
This is stored. There's an SD card in here.
Yeah.
There's an SD card there. So I'll take that SD card and I'll put it in and get all the video onto the computer. Then I'll take all the audio and then I'll sync the two files
Yeah.
together. I've found it's the easiest way when working like this, when you got all the ambient noise, to just like get at least. But we'll see. This is my first go at doing it like this.
Hell yeah.
So we may find out later that there's a better way to do it. But for right now,
I mean, like
think
it's all art. You're always looking for like
Sure.
you're looking for good sound, content.
Yeah.
And it's all a journey. That's why I love being a content creator myself.
Yeah. So tell them who you are. Tell them what you're doing.
My name is Jacob. I'm from Secret Society of Goths. Please follow me on Instagram.
Keep the mic a little closer.
I'm sorry.
Keep the mic a little closer.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so my name is Jacob. I run Secret Society of Goths. So if you're looking for the new goth tunes, please follow me on Instagram. And I think today I told my friend I had a really good paranormal story that takes place in Rusk, Texas. Now,
Where is Rusk, Texas?
so Rusk is in the northeast part of Texas, and that's
Okay.
important because in that area of Texas, it's very wooded,
okay.
and specifically like pine woods. So
Okay.
there's these massive forests.
I had no idea that there was pine in Texas.
Specifically in Rusk. And Rusk is a very mountainous town as well. And here's a detail that's gonna be kind of important to the story. The state mental health hospital is there, and the entire town has this very gloomy, dark, I don't know, I guess vibe.
Okay.
It's nothing like apparent. It's something I just like point out to you, but the vibe is there, and I'm not the only one. Stop.
Sure.
All right, but let's get into the story. So, I suppose it's about probably about 8 years old, and the house I lived on that was on this like little dirt that was on the main road, and I was homeschooled, and then there was another road parallel to
Okay.
that had another homeschooled. She was my best friend. So, and here's where it starts getting a little creepy. Are we good?
Yeah. If you could do mic a little closer,
Oh,
'cause
sorry
we
about
want to
that.
get the creepy part.
Cool. All right, so there was a road that was like one more over, right? But there was nothing on this road. Like there was no houses, there was no buildings, there's markers, nothing.
Okay.
And
Is it a paved road? Dirt
it's
road?
dirt road.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it just straight dead ended into woods, right? There was no like fence or anything, just like road, woods. Anyway, so it was about like sundown, right? Like right as the sun was like going down over the horizon. And my friend and I were riding our bikes down this road, and I think I like hit a rock or something and fell over as we were close to the end of it. And then my friend starts freaking the fuck out. And she is screaming at the in danger type
Sure.
scream, right? So she's doing that, and I look up into the woods, and what I remember was hundreds of these like floating lanterns.
Oh shit.
that were like they're floating red. They're glowing red, and just like hundreds of them. Now that's probably just like 30 years going by.
Yeah.
But my friend remembers them as just like floating red lights, right? And so we both see that. So like it wasn't just me.
Is this what caused her to scream, or she
Yeah.
screamed and then looked up? Okay.
No, she like
Yeah,
was
yeah.
screaming at those. I looked up and saw them. We both saw them, and so like we like got scared. Obviously got on our bikes, hauled ass the other way. I looked back, and there was nothing there.
Oh damn.
Okay, so we went and told our parents, and they didn't believe us.
Of course.
We told like all of our friends. They're like, "Oh yeah, good joke." Okay, but that happened. So then, 20 years go by, right? And then I'm bartending at the Applebee's that's like 2 towns over, and these cops from that town come in, and I think this is a perfect time to overshare and like look for answers.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Hey," as I was serving their beers, I was like, "Do you ever get like calls about that?" They're like, "All the time."
Really?
I thought they were fucking with me, bro.
Whoa.
I thought they were fucking with me. But then, like, you know how you like look at somebody and you're like,
Yeah.
no, they're not fucking with me. I was like, oh, okay, so I'm probably gonna get some like real answers. Like what was that? It's
Yeah.
been bothering me all my life. And So one of the cops looks at me and he goes, well, there's an Indian burial ground out there, and there's also a lot of ore out there.
A lot of what out there?
Ore?
Oh, or okay.
I don't know,
Like the stone? Yeah, okay.
I don't know what that means, but that's what he said to me. He's like, there's a lot of ore out there in an Indian burial ground. I was like, that's not what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
I wanted a clear answer. But then like it wasn't just like one cop, dude. It was like two cops and like their kids, right?
Yeah.
And then like dude's like dead ass. He's like one time I went out in those woods and he told me that one time, and I do know that there is a graveyard out there because I've seen it. And he said out in that specific graveyard, he saw just the lower half of a body.
Whoa.
Yeah, just like walking out in the woods.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about these woods too.
Yeah.
Some of these like I wasn't really there for, but I have a younger sibling, and one time, once again, these woods are massive, and there's trails. But once again, we're homeschooled, so we knew like
You'd explored them.
Actually, I have two stories coming.
Yeah, come.
One's really short. One's my sibling was out there. We were like kids and liked to dig.
Yeah.
So,
I know. I used to love it.
So
as soon as the dirt gets all like cold and wet, you're like, oh, let's get
you
deeper.
gotta get down there. So anyway, they're out in the woods digging in this one pile that obviously been like dug up. They dug up a noose, like a for real noose, not one that like one of us put together, like a for real one.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and just like I wasn't there for that, but like I got home from my dad's and they're like, Caleb found a noose.
Damn, that's wild.
Okay, now here's one that you can actually look up and there's actually evidence of.
Okay.
So have to like give like all the context to make it creepy. I've been living in this house for about a year at this point, and playing out in these woods every single day. I knew every tree, I knew every trail, I knew every leaf. One day, me and my friend got in a fight, and I hit her, and I knew I was in trouble, so I just ran into the woods.
Sure.
Right. And all of a sudden, I had no idea where I was.
Oh, weird.
No clue. No clue. I wandered around in these woods that were right next to the state prison for 8 hours.
Holy shit.
Just lost. And then my mother got a search party together to go look for me. And then a man found me. And as soon as he found me, I knew exactly where I was.
Weird.
Fucking weird, right? Like, how did that, like...
When you were finally found, how far away were you?
I mean, it's probably about like half a mile, but like...
It's still a lot when you're in the woods.
That's a lot, but like at this point, like these trails, like you knew them.
Sure.
When you're in it every day for a year, you know these woods. It's just really...
And did anything like that ever happen again?
Well, we moved after that.
Okay.
So like we weren't there like long enough to like to know like...
Interesting.
Yeah. Rusk, Texas. It's a fucked up place. I don't recommend going.
Do you hear about anything past the red lights? Oh, you also heard about the lower torso. Have there been any other stories that you've heard of?
I've tried to do a lot of research online about it, and nothing's ever come up.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's wild. In New York, you have to disclose if your house was haunted.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you sell it, you have to.
Are you from New York?
I'm from California.
Oh yeah.
Went to school in Arizona, worked in Minnesota, lived in Ecuador for a little bit, lived in DC, but New York before
I love
this.
DC. DC's so great.
Yeah.
So that kind of like makes me believe that you've had a supernatural experience or two.
I have about 10 minutes that I talk about on stage.
Oh yeah.
About ghosts.
Nice little plug there.
Yeah. And to go check it out. But I actually have not. But I've heard enough people that I respect their opinions. Mm-hmm. Say that they have had wild stories, whether UFO, paranormal, whatever, that I'm like, okay, yeah, well, I believe that it's just never happened to me.
Well, okay, so I was listening to a scientist who was speaking on when the Congress disclosed the UFO thing.
Sure.
He was saying that we actually encounter paranormal stuff all the time. We just don't know it. So since we don't know what to see, we don't see it.
Sure.
Right.
And there's also the idea that they're existing in a different plane outside of the Roy G. Biv.
Right. I think we kind of touched on that a little bit too. Was there's that our favorite lunatic, David Icke, who came up with the reptilians.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Well, he's a nut, but he did say one thing that kind of like resonated with me after my LSD journeys.
Sure.
That basically that everything that we perceive is like a frequency.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. And then this is just my own pondering. But what if there's like particles and atoms out there that vibrate at a frequency that doesn't interact
Right.
with, and like the more you learn about music, you learn like that's how things are. Like there's
Yeah.
a range of
And it's all the stuff about like being a good vibe or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there is a lot of reality
Yeah.
to that if you're putting out good energy will come back. There is always there, and I know that this is different from what you're saying,
Mhm.
but I think that it's similar. I don't know, is that quantum physics? Is that what is
I think
What would
people
that-
like to use that like double slit
yeah,
experiment to explain all sorts of silly shit. But I mean, like we only know what we perceive, and that's all
sure.
we can ever know. And like you and I don't know that we're even actually having this moment right now.
Sure.
I mean, it's not a thing to live your life by, but it's a thing to think about. You
Yeah.
know, there's probably an infinite amount of things happening around us at all the time, all the time that we will never be able to perceive.
Right.
And I think it's humbling, but at the same time comforting to know that like you're a part.
Yeah. The idea that you are everything and you are nothing,
Mm-hmm.
I find very comforting.
Hell yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of what you're saying, that you're like, yes, I am insignificant.
Was that an Alan Watts?
It sounds like something he would have said,
Something
but
he would
yeah.
say, yeah.
But
There's also a Mudvayne remix of Dick. There's like a techno remix.
Oh, interesting.
Called the Everything and Nothing remix.
Okay.
Check it out.
Check it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well,
All right, man. Well,
I sincerely appreciate you taking the time. Social media stuff, so
Bye. Probably. I make promise. Or is everybody